So Fantastic Four First Steps came out yesterday, and I'm already thinking on how it's going to connect up to Avengers Doomsday. But before you continue watching this video, if you haven't seen Fantastic Four First Steps, I would stop as there's going to be major spoilers. But first, please like, subscribe, and share. Anything you can do will help my channel reach more people. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that bell icon so you can get my videos as soon as they drop. Yes, Fantastic Four First Steps came out yesterday, and it had a lot of breadcrumbs that would lead us right into what will happen at the start of Avengers Doomsday. First, of course, we have young Franklin, the most powerful person in the MCU as of yet. Have we seen his exact powers to their full extent? Of course not. We know he can bring people back from the dead, and he can do something that even Galactus can't do. He can solve the hunger of the planet-eating monster. And then, of course, at the end, we saw Dr. Doom trying to steal Franklin Richards. Now, why was he trying to steal Franklin Richards? Well, here's my idea on how that's going to lead into Avengers Doomsday. I believe that he is planning on creating Battleworld, wanting to bring in all the heroes and villains of all these different universes in the MCU and make them fight to the death. So why does he need Franklin Richards? Well, I believe he's going to use a version of Reed Richards' bridge, and he wants to combine all these universes, but he needs a huge source of power. Well, the biggest source of power in the MCU is Franklin Richards. So he's going to steal Franklin Richards, steal his father's machine, and start combining universes. So this is where it leads into Thunderbolts. In the final scene of Thunderbolts, you see the Fantastic Four crashing to Earth. They are hot on the trail of Dr. Doom, who stole Franklin Richards and came to the main MCU. Now, when the two sets of heroes go and confront Dr. Doom, he will activate his plan and fully create Battleworld. So he will bring in the Fantastic Four, he will bring in the heroes of the MCU, and then he will also bring in the heroes of the Foxverse. Remember, we're getting the original X-Men coming in at the same time. And basically the second half of Doomsday will be all these heroes fighting and killing each other until they realize that they're basically beat unless they come together to fight Dr. Doom. And that essentially will be the end of Doomsday. It'll be a really depressing and sad ending with many of the heroes dead, very similar to how Infinity War ended. And then of course Secret Wars will bring in additional heroes. They're going to all band together and essentially defeat Dr. Doom. But when they leave Battleworld, we're only going to have one MCU, because the multiversal saga will come to an end after Secret Wars. So who will live and who will die? My theory is that most of them will die, but we will still have some of the heroes, some of the original heroes anyways from the MCU, and the Fantastic Four. They will all survive and go to the new MCU. I also think most of the X-Men are going to die. Maybe Wolverine survives, but they're already casting for the next X-Men movie, so most of them are either going to die or somehow be able to go somewhere else. But you're not going to have the original Magneto or Professor X surviving. They will die in one way or another in this movie. And lately, Professor X has been dying in like every fifth movie that he's in, so that's not that surprising. So what did Fantastic Four do? Well, they created the bridge, which explains to us how teleportation can work, and I'm sure Dr. Doom will be able to modify that to be able to combine universes. Remember, Reed already said that you could warp planets if you want to. They already warped Galactus, which is the size of a planet. And then, of course, you have Dr. Doom. While I do believe that is Robert Downey Jr.'s character, I don't believe that was him in that scene. Why would they pay him to show up for 8 minutes and show his back? But I would bet money on that the actual Dr. Doom that we will see in Doomsday was the UN representative for Latveria that didn't show up to watch Sue Storm do her speech at the beginning of Fantastic Four First Steps. Probably because he hates Sue Storm, and probably because he hates Reed Richards. Reed Richards more because he considers himself the smartest person on the planet, but everyone else was fawning over Reed Richards at the beginning of that movie. So I'm really excited for how Fantastic Four First Steps is leading into Doomsday. Of course, everything I just said is just my opinion, but I think some of it at least will be correct. What are your thoughts on Fantastic Four First Steps leading into Doomsday? Hey, thanks for watching my video. Make sure to click that subscribe button and check out those videos on screen now.